Watch to the end for your healing message. Aquarius, welcome to Sybella Spirit. Today we are doing a general reading with a past, present, future layout. And we're getting 2 rows, so 2 rows of 3 cards. What does Aquarius need to know right now, Spirit? Clear, concise messages for their highest good. Let's get a card for the recent past. Queen of Wands. Okay, Aquarius, this could be you, or this could be someone in your life. Queen of Wands could indicate a fire sign, possibly. So that could be an Aries, Leo, Sag. Let's get some more information. We have a Page of Cups. All right, so we're getting a lot of people vibes on the board here. So in your present situation, we have a Page of Cups. Again, this could be you, or this could be someone in your life. This could be someone who is younger than you, or someone who is a childlike. Pages could indicate sorry, I'm totally like blanked here with the 5 of Cups coming out. I'm like, what's going on? So this could be like some sort of energy coming in of a new love. It could be a new sort of opportunity for you that feels emotionally fulfilling. Let's get another card for the past position. Clear, concise messages for Aquarius highest good. What do we need to see about the past for Aquarius with the Queen of Wands? Okay. So there could be some sort of feeling that you've missed an opportunity here. It could be that there is a bit of a miscommunication as well. We have, in the present position, the Knight of Pentacles coming out in the reverse position. So this could be a situation perhaps that you had with a person. It could have been a situation at work where something maybe didn't go the way you wanted it to. It could be a frustration that you have with somebody in your life. Maybe a child. Being stubborn and maybe a bit of complacent energy. So on the bottom of the deck, we have a Strength card. You could be going through this bit of a weird situation or hard situation to teach you the lesson of strength, which is never a fun lesson to learn. Nobody wants to learn the lesson of strength. But typically, I always like to say that on the other side of a lesson, if we work through it with the guidance of our spirit team, there's usually some sort of positive aspect to the lesson. Okay, so in the future position, we have the 5 of Pentacles, and then we have the 10 of Wands. So you might be coming into the energy of, because of the situation with maybe someone younger than you, where I'm feeling like they've done something, possibly, or maybe you've got yourself into a situation where you were feeling a bit of complacency in a work situation where maybe you had a disappointment. You were at a point where you were feeling like, yeah, everything's going great, and then something happened and it totally blindsided you, is kind of the energy I'm picking up. And there was another person involved, and it just sort of got you into this place where you're like, what the heck? Maybe something was stolen from you. Maybe your account got hacked. The only reason I'm saying that is because I was recently hacked. I was on the phone all morning with the bank. And yeah, it's a bit of a piss off to have to go into my accounts and change everything. I had to order new cards. I have to go into the bank with my ID. It's a real pain in the ass. Luckily, the banks will be returning the funds, but of course it's going to take a while, and it's just one more thing I had to deal with. And that's sort of the energy I'm picking up here with you guys, Aquarius, is, life was lifing and life was normal. And then this like annoying thing happened where I'm just confused about how that even happened. I thought everything was good. I thought this was a good person. and now I've lost some money. Now I feel a little bit violated. Now I feel like, you know, this could be maybe you were fired from a job or something like that, where it's just kind of like, oh my God, what am I going to do now? This is so frustrating. Okay, so can we get some clarity here on the Ace of Swords for Aquarius? We have the Ace of Pentacles coming out. Okay, so I had two messages come in really quickly. One of them was a wolf in sheep's clothing. So maybe you dealt with someone who appeared to be one thing and was totally something else, and they blindsided you and stole something from you or screwed you over in some way. And then the other message I had was, what did they say? It was like a switch up energy, but, you know, this thing happened so that you would turn your focus elsewhere and welcome in maybe a new job or a new relationship. Something new in your world is wanting to come in for you. So this cherub brings wonderful news. A windfall of resources comes your way to help you with your plan. These resources may involve money, advice, or assistance in getting things done. It's a good time to start a new venture, change careers, or go into business for yourself. There may be important contracts to sign. Yeah, so that's the energy too of like, maybe you lost this job, you weren't totally ready, but maybe it's the push you needed to focus on this other idea that you had, or this other job you wanted to pursue, or maybe it's you wanted to go back to school and you didn't really know if that was the right choice for you. I just feel like this is sort of a blessing in disguise, I guess is what I'm saying. Okay, what else do we need to know about the Ace of Abundance? The other energy that I'm feeling with the Ace of Abundance is that something came in, and just as quick as it came in, it was gone. That sort of a thing. So I don't know if like maybe you had unexpected, something positive come in unexpectedly and you were like, yes, that's great. And then right as soon as that happened, it was gone. Like you had to spend that money on something else. Okay, what else do we need to know about the Ace of Swords, Queen of Wands, and Ace of Abundance? Okay. We have fair decisions. The Spiritual Teacher. That's a lot of cards. I'm not sure if I want to take them. It's kind of like a story for me, though. It's kind of like with the fair decisions, that's the Strength card coming out again. So I feel like Spirit is kind of guiding you to a place where maybe something has happened where you were screwed over yet again, and it's kind of a lesson for you to be like, hey, like, are you putting yourself first? Did you learn from the last time we put this lesson in your life? What do you have to learn from this lesson? Like, was it a case of you being too nice, like in your Queen of Wands energy, where you're like, oh, I'm so generous and confident, and you know, being in that Queen of Wands energy is wonderful, but you can also attract, like, when you're really confident and attractive, you can also attract duds. So it's kind of like, what do I have to look at within myself? What do I have to heal within myself to have self-respect, self-love, and to turn that unconditional love that you have for everybody else, turn it inside, turn it inwards, so that next time someone kind of shady comes into your life, you're like, no, I can't do this favor for you. No, I can't lend you money. No, I'm not doing that again. So this energy to me is like, I guess the lesson of you learning how to say no. And it sucks that you got burnt again, but this is really like sort of, I guess, the wake-up call moment where your angels are aware that you have concerns, but be assured there's nothing to worry about. Stand your ground and know that heaven is shining its divine light upon the situation, and all is being healed. Take the time to review all the details thoroughly. Forgiveness will bring peace to everyone involved. So there's a situation where I just feel like you definitely have to look at the details thoroughly, like get to the honest truth of what happened, and decide, are these the type of people that I want in my life? Is this the type of situation that I want to welcome into my life? And I feel like it's about sort of having a bit of stronger walls, a bit of like protection around you, having the ability to say no, being confident, courageous, focusing on yourself. There's a new beginning coming in for you. I feel like if we did one more row here, it would show that after this hardship and these burdens that you're facing, that it would kind of show like a Wheel of Fortune energy. Or what's this one? This one would be the Fool. So it's like having to heal from this situation and then take a leap of faith and walk towards a new opportunity that's coming in for you, because the Page of Cups could totally be someone coming in with a fresh offer and you're kind of like still in the energy of what the heck just happened, or you've had broken promises before and you don't know if you can trust this person. And so let's see here. Helper of action. You're blessed with many wonderful things to do. It would be great if you could take the time to make a plan first, but you probably don't have time. So get busy and follow your instincts and have fun. You or someone you meet is very self-assured, capable, enthusiastic, and can do anything with a smile. So with the Page of Cups, this could be kind of validation that there is someone new coming into your life that you're going to have an intuition about. And so lots of times it's like we can't just listen to people's words. We have to see actions. And before I would give anything to anybody, I would just even, just wait and see what their actions show you. On the bottom of the deck, we have Guardian of Action coming out. So it's time for you to step up and be the leader. Your natural leadership skills are being called into action. This is your moment in the sun. So move into the light and shine for all to see. This card is also about a person who has charisma, is inspiring, enjoys the challenge, and loves the spotlight. So again, this could be you, because this is kind of giving that King of Wands energy. So the Queen and King of Wands, it definitely could be maybe a counterpart or a love interest coming into your life. But also a feeling of remembering who you are and remembering the lessons that you've learned this far to be able to decipher who a person really is. And that's typically, if you're shown through someone's actions that they're reliable and that they can be there for you, then yes. But it could also be, a false trick energy coming into your life too, where your spirit team is warning you that by trusting someone just based on their words and not taking their actions as an indicator of who they are, then there could be in the near future some sort of struggle that comes from this, or a burden that comes from this. So let's get some clarity on the Five of Cups and the Ten of Wands. What do we need to know about the Five of Pentacles? Did I say Cups before? What do we need to know about the Five of Pentacles for Aquarius? Five of Pentacles for Aquarius. Clear, concise messages for their highest good and the highest good of all involved. What do we need to know about the Five of Pentacles for Aquarius? Three of Action. So things are working out. You may choose to continue to build upon your success or move on to something entirely different. Be willing to travel if necessary. And then we have the Star card coming out. So while I was shuffling, I really had this sort of feeling where sometimes we can miss out on things because we are still maybe stuck in the energy of these lessons. And because we had the Strength card come out twice, the Strength card, like I say, is one of the hardest lessons to learn in life as a human, because then we're usually thrown things that make us stronger. And so to heal from those things that made us stronger, whether it's, whether it shows up in relationships with like intimate partners, that's a really tough one, because you are taught how to build boundaries of like, what do I want in a relationship? What don't I want in a relationship? Or if it's in a relationship with a sibling or family member or a friendship, where again, you're taught strength through how we're interacting and what we're accepting from this person. Or on the flip side, it could also be, how are we treating others? Are we treating others with the same respect and fairness that we expect? And so maybe you had someone end a relationship with you because of the way you were treating them, or they were treating you, that sort of a thing. Only you'll know the truth there. But part of the healing journey is being able to be honest with ourselves so that we can learn the lesson of strength. So what is this situation trying to teach you? Are we welcoming in people who are treating us with respect? Are we treating others with respect? Do we have strong boundaries set up that, we don't have to be mean to others, but our boundaries say that this is what I'm willing to accept, and this is how I'm willing to treat you, and this is what I can handle in my life. I was reminded of a time where I wasn't able to give much in my friendships, and this friend said to me, like, why aren't you answering me? And I kind of felt smothered by that type of questioning, and so we really just drifted apart. Whereas with other friendships, they have similar lives as mine, and they really understood that, like, I don't have a lot of time to be texting every day or phone calling, that type of a thing. It's also not my personality to need to be social every day. Once in a while or once a month, I like doing that. But so anyone who's in my life really knows that I have those needs and those boundaries where I need a lot of alone time. And so kind of being clear with people and just being like, hey, I'm a bit of an introvert, I need a lot of alone time, and this has nothing to do with you, is sort of a good way to approach those situations. And the thing is when you put your boundaries up, you learn a lot about a person through how they respond to your boundaries. So that's the energy here that I'm getting with these people cards in the middle here is, maybe someone new came into your life and they have a lot of these expectations, but then they're really, they're not giving a lot to this relationship, but they expect you to give a lot. Or other way around, maybe you expect a lot from them, but they're not able to give a lot. And it could be because, like, the Knight in the Knight of Pentacles in reverse kind of talks about someone who could be a bit of a workaholic, but on the flip side, they could be lazy. So it's not gonna fit for everybody, right? There could be two aspects where maybe you had a new love come into your life and they're not able to give you that time because they are a workaholic, or maybe they're not able to give of themselves because they're really quite lazy and they have their own healing work to do. And so this kind of left you feeling like burdened and at a loss. There's definitely something about, like, financials here for some of you, where I feel like a situation happened where, like, you were stolen from, or you had, like, a job loss, something like that. And it's kind of making you look at your life a little bit differently. Like, what do I really want from life? What have I learned this far? What is my relationship with myself? And what do my relationships with others tell me about my relationship with myself? Because also with, like, belief systems and limiting beliefs, and the lesson of strength is this patterning that we create for ourselves. So if we see the same thing show up in our lives over and over, that's typically something that the divine is helping us work through. And so if we're able to reflect on these patterns, we can kind of see, like, oh, okay, so this keeps happening because my boundaries aren't clear or strong enough. And so how can I avoid this in the future? What do I need to do? What do I need to heal in my life to be able to have stronger boundaries so that this doesn't happen again? And so with that, I always recommend, like, talking to a professional about this kind of a stuff. You might have to search around for someone that really matches with you, but kind of sharing with them would be like, well, this keeps happening to me. I met a new person, or I started a new job, and then this happened, and it ended up like this. And that's what happened the last time I did this. And so they might be able to help you recognize what patterns you're reliving. Also with the Star card, sorry, they just said number 8. And so 7 + 1 is 8. And so this really is a time of self-mastery. They want you to be able to master this lesson of strength that they're bringing into your life. And then this card says, this is a wonderful time in your life. Difficulties fall away, and the light at the end of the tunnel is a star you can wish upon. The timing is right to make long-term plans for a joyful future. Have faith that things are going to turn out beautifully. So it's kind of funny, like, in this past position, or in this future position, because it says this is a wonderful time in your life, and I feel like this is not a wonderful time in your life. This is a time in your life where things might be pretty challenging, and they might be for a little bit longer here, but I guess the wonderful part of this could be that you're seeing the healing that needs to happen. You're learning the lesson of strength, which is self-love, self-respect, so that you can get to this place where things will soon be wonderful for you. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Devil coming out, which says choose freedom. Sometimes you may feel as though your way is blocked, but often that's just an illusion. You could free yourself from the obstacles that you're so focused on by choosing a different path. Turn your thoughts away from negativity and instead envision endless other possibilities you may need to act upon. So that's the energy of the Ace of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I have to wonder if it's a little bit of this energy of, I feel like it could even be a bit of self-sabotage, simply because you need to work on the confidence and having the confidence to work towards self-love. And that's a challenge. And that's something where you can totally Google like how to build self-confidence, how to work on self-love, and all of those things. Like, there's no shame in building your self-awareness. And I always tell people in these readings that that's something I Google often is, self-confidence is something I'm working on. Self-sabotage is something I've always worked on too. What's that called? The imposter syndrome. Like, these are all things we can Google, and thank goodness we have the internet, because they're all things that we can learn about and try to improve upon for ourselves. So that's kind of what I'm feeling guided to tell you is, it's really hard when we're going through hard things to be positive. So the other aspect of that is if there's a loss that you've gone through or you've experienced, like whether that's financial loss or a relationship loss, family, friends, loved one, intimate partner, whatever it is, you also need to give yourself time to heal and grieve from that. So again, I've also Googled how to grieve. And typically what you find is like grieving from death, but loss is loss. So the grieving process works for any type of loss. Okay, so next we're going to get your healing card, and I'm going to read the message from the book, and then I'm going to read the healing process. And also I wanted to tell you guys that I also have, if you look at my oldest videos on my channel, there's the lower chakra videos. So there's 2 videos for each of the lower chakras, root, sacral, and solar plexus. And those will really help you explore limiting beliefs. They'll help you explore creative power and your relationship with yourself as well. Okay, page 31. Some of the words in this book I have trouble pronouncing because many are Sanskrit. So Shaktipat of Seahorse. As you embrace your inner essence, you will be at peace with who you are, including your vulnerability, and no longer see the need to conform to social ideals which have no true resonance for your heart. You are encouraged to trust your intuitive recognition of which environments and relationships harmonize well with you, supporting your spiritual growth and well-being on all levels. You have the innate capacity to manifest. Relax, and you shall attract all you need. Volatile or overly restless seas compromise the well-being of the seahorse. Such intensity drains their energy, forcing them to go against their naturally gentle way of being. They thrive in environments that are calm and accommodate their slow, graceful movements. Rather than aggressively hunting, seahorses patiently wait until what they need comes their way, and then actively receive it. Seahorse has a relationship of commensalism with seagrass and coral. Commensalism is the medicine of connection, protection, and stabilization. In such a relationship, we receive what we need without being parasitic. We intelligently seek out sources that naturally support us, rather than attempting to manipulate someone or something to be other than what it is. In the case of the seahorse, as it hides from predators in the seagrass and steadies itself on coral, neither seagrass nor coral are harmed. The symbiotic relationship of seahorse and its helpful friends reflects the supportive nature of the relationship between soul and spirit. Spirit will provide whatever support the soul requires to thrive. In Greek myth, the seahorse is Hippocampus, which translates as horse of the sea, known both as steeds of the gods and as benevolent creatures who prevented sailors from drowning or becoming lost at sea. Seahorses are a symbol of protection. They are about outmaneuvering negative forces and bringing grace and peace. Seahorse is our guardian when we are going through challenging times, especially on an emotional level. Shaktipat is a transmission of grace. It is an enlightening gift of energy that enables mastery. Shaktipat of a seahorse empowers us to instinctively seek environments that are conducive to our well-being, rather than damaging ourselves by trying to adapt to external situations or societal values. It teaches that we are enough, and we have the innate spiritual magnetism to attract what we need in our lives. We gravitate away from falsehood and toward authentic being. Named for its seahorse-like shape, the hippocampus is the neural center in the human brain. It helps us navigate our way in the world and find where we can thrive and best avoid negative influences. Each seahorse has a unique coronet or crown on the top of its head. It is said that, like human fingerprints, no two are completely alike. This oracle assures you that your path and what supports you will be unique. If you attempt to fit into social constructs or cliques that don't reflect your essence, you will weaken yourself and become more susceptible to negativity. You are encouraged to consider what is natural and best for you, to be honest and authentic even in your vulnerability. It is only from that place that you can respond appropriately. When you are in your authenticity, much power and grace shall rally to support you. The world can seem unfriendly or unsupportive at times, but this oracle reassures you that, as you honor who you are, you will naturally find friends and attract supportive assistance to obtain all you need to thrive. Yeah, this really fits that. I feel that you're in that energy of learning a hard lesson and feeling like, oh my gosh, like I keep coming into this place where people burn me. And I feel that this message will really help you overcome this. So here's the healing process. Take a moment to place your hand on your heart and imagine, feel, intend, and desire to really connect to your true inner self. You can imagine going beneath the layers of your appearance and outer self into the inner realm of the soul. Say aloud, I trust in the uniqueness, sacred beauty, higher purpose, and perfect inner potential that I am. I surrender into the unconditionally loving acceptance that Spirit has for me, and heed the encouragement to be my true self. I do not need to adapt, compromise, or alter myself to be like anyone else. My true nature is divinely designed, and I seek to cast off ego concepts like tattered old clothes, standing peaceful, luminous, and unshackled in my own true nature. From that place of truth, I feel connected to my heart. I can easily attract all I desire from this place of authenticity and integrity. May all beings know such peace, comfort, and love. You can rest in this connection with yourself, hand on heart if you choose, for as long as feels right for you. Then ground and hydrate. You have completed your healing process. All right, Aquarius, I wish you the best navigating through this hard time, and just know that Spirit has your back and wonderful things are coming. It's a time of self-love and self-respect.